My Toro LX426 Lawn Tractor has started jerking suddenly while in forward gear. Drive belt was quite worn and have replaced that. Condition persists, but only in forward. Occurs at all forward speeds. Any ideas?
Hello, and thank you for choosing JustAnswer. I'll be helping you today and am committed to providing clear and concise answers to your question. Were both belts replaced, or just the one? In a variable drive system, they should always be replaced as a pair, since uneven wear patterns will cause problems. However, first, let's try a drive reset to make sure there's no binding in the system. If you shut a transmatic tractor down while in high gear, it can sometimes cause the drive system to bind. This procedure may reset this condition and restore normal operation. 1. Place shift lever in neutral 2. Restart engine 3. Place speed control lever in high speed position 4. Release clutch brake pedal fully 5. Depress clutch brake pedal 6. Place speed control lever in desired position 7. Place shift lever in either forward or reverse and follow normal operating procedures. Site guidelines require that I post all troubleshooting steps or partial answers as answers, but this may not be the final answer. Additional troubleshooting may be required. So please hold off on rating until we determine the exact problem. If this doesn't solve it, or if you need additional assistance in applying this answer to your specific situation, please use the reply to expert link so we can continue the discussion.
Rick, thanks for your fast reply. 1. The drive belt from the engine was badly cracked every inch or so I did replace it. The smaller belt onto the transmission pulley shown absolutely no wear, hence I did not replace it. Tension pulleys rotate freely with plenty of tension is applied onto the drive belt when the pedal is depressed. There is a slight knocking noise when the jerking occurs, again only in forward gear. 2. I did run through your troubleshooting steps above multiple times, with no resolution to the issue. I am baffled, could the issue appear in the transmission? I ran at all speeds with the rear lifted off the ground while supported on jack stands. There was no sign of the jerking symptom when tires are off the ground. I'm willing to try whatever you may suggest.
If there's no igniting in any of the pulleys, including the idlers and the VSP pulley, also making sure the center sheave of the variable speed pulley moves very freely up and down, there's 3 areas to look at. The first would be the second belt. If there's anywhere in the shoulders at all, it can cause problems. Sometimes the wear is not visible and factory specifications do call for both to always be replaced at the same time. The second area would be that the brackets are pivoting freely. Sometimes the bushings and bolts they pivot on either wear or get blocked by dirt and grass buildup. The third area would indeed be internal to the transaxle. The shift fork and or clutch collar that engages the bevel gears for forward and reverse can wear. This will usually cause wear in the bevel gears as well, so a full internal inspection would be recommended. It can also be a slipping differential as well, but the shift fork and clutch collar are more frequently the cause. I would eliminate the external possibilities first, then look inside, since it requires removal from the tractor. Usually the hardest part is removing the rear wheels unless they've been removed yearly and never sees applied to the axles as part of maintenance. The transaxle itself is very simple inside. Figure about an hour to an hour and a half for removal the first time. Taking pictures along the way for a reference is a really insurance for proper reassembly.
Rick, sounds like my next step then is to take off and closely inspect the idler pulleys for excessive wear, which may only show symptoms while under pressure, and to clean and lube pivot points for the idler pulleys. A little hesitant to break open the transaxle without an adequate service manual. Do you know of one online, or are you able to send me detailed info on specs, clearances, etc.?
I would certainly start with those pulleys. And this manual may come in handy. Manual, Toro parts list. Toro doesn't cover the internals in their manual, but this unit was actually made by MTD for them, so it uses the same style transaxle. I'll post another manual below that will give further information beyond what Toro supplies. Not exact, but it's very close and should work in your situation. Manual, MTD.
Okay, Rick. These manuals should cover whatever I may need. On way now to pick up second belt for transaxle, have to give it a try even though little if anywhere is evident on original. Really don't think, hope, the issue is the transaxle, so want to exhaust all other potential issues first. The idler pulleys and pivot points were fine, though one of the bolts has a nut, necessitating removal of body to retrieve and replace nut. What engineering? We'll let you know how new belt works after getting chassis reassembled to test it. More questions to follow. Thanks.
Thank you for the update. Please keep me posted at your convenience and we'll continue. Have a wonderful rest of the day.
Rick, replace second belt, reassembled chassis but symptoms persist. Closer I listen, seems to be an occasional clunk coming from the transaxle when the jerking happens in forward. Are there rebuilt kits available, or what should I expect the cost to be to have a shop do a transaxle rebuilt? Have pulled it but not opened it yet. Rotating axles by hand show no issues.
If there's a clunk inside, then most likely the shift fork and clutch collar are the culprits. Cost at a shop depends upon labor rates in your area, which vary dramatically. I've got shops in our area that run from $50 to $90 per hour, and I would estimate a couple of hours of labor plus parts. You can save the labor cost by doing it yourself if you feel confident. They are more simple inside than you might think, but everyone's comfort level is a bit different. As far as parts, the shift fork, 112-0806, runs about $23, the clutch collar, 112-6090, about $10. If the bevel gears, 112-6089, happen to be damaged, they run about $17 each and 2 are required, but there's a drive shaft assembly, 112-6084, that runs about $83 that includes the gears, clutch collar, shaft, bushings, washers, and seal that's ready to drop in. The shift fork would still be a separate item.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/YTHI.